Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So as you guys can officially see, I decided to sleep in just about 10 minutes. That's it. I'm officially ready now to get on up and take on today. You guys can still see me just laying here being like, oh my god, from yesterday. That was so awesome. And also it goes off last year too, remember? Right? So obviously that girl, right, that had her two dogs run away. So obviously, I was walking at the very wrong time for YMCA to come on, right? Because as soon as the dogs heard that, right, they poked their heads up. They're like, oh, right. So the predatory, well, not predatory instincts, but just regular instincts, right, of animals, right? So I shared that before, right? I don't care that I flipped them hornets off 10 times before I whack their nest with a ball bat. There's no reason to do this, right? So it's like, yeah, that's something that atheists say, right? So anyhow, we're not gonna get into that from yesterday. But yeah, it's like, that would have been wild, right? For that to be like a 50 to 100%, but it probably would have been like 1,000%. Because it lasts like a whole week, right? But I'm very curious to see how long this one lasts, right? It's probably gonna be a long time, right? So, anyhow, I just want to come on and share all of that. So, I'll officially go ahead and get on going. Just want to come on and do my normal wake up, guys. The second round, right? Post seeing location one, right? But this one is a little bit different because there's not like an interaction, right, and all of that. But yeah, there I officially am now. So ready to wake on up here. So I'll officially go ahead and get on up, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So my eyes look so weird in this, honestly, but that's just the way that they look, right? They look really weird. Anyhow, guys, so they're like all black. It's like I'm dying. Anyhow, guys, so yes, I do want to come on and share some really good news. So, that package is officially still on the pump. I just look so weird. Sorry. All right. Anyhow, guys. So yes, that package is on its way. Today, it's out for delivery, which is really, really good. I did want to come on and share the confusion with it though. So, they took it from Harrisburg to Pittsburgh, then to Altoona, and then obviously to my place. That makes no sense because 22 can easily, like US 22, right? They call it the William Penn Highway, at least the Pennsylvania portion. So that goes the whole way to like Duncansville, right? So it's like, why don't you just, go there and then take it up to Altoona, right? Like, why go the whole way west, almost to the western, well, pretty much, you're basically, actually, they're actually almost the same now they think about it. Because Philadelphia is at the very edge of the state. But then you come in just a little bit, and, well, not a little bit, like 70 miles west, and you have Harrisburg. And Pittsburgh from the Ohio line is right around 20 to 25 miles, right? So it's basically the same distance, right? So why go where you are on the eastern part of the state to the western part of the state, then back up to around the middle of the state, right? It doesn't quite make sense why they do it like that, but that's just how it does. Like, they send it way out and then they work it back. Again, that's, not complaining, it's just confusing. But I'm sure there are people who are complaining, right? Because obviously then that's money, right? Somebody's got to foot the bill, right, for all that gas, right? So anyhow, though, that's again the nonsense. But speaking of the nonsense of an imperfect world, so anyhow, I do want to come on and share also as well. I'll include it now if I can find it, and if I found it, well, then I'll continue now. Actually couldn't find that exact one again. My shorts didn't go down that far, and it's one of those times again where you think that it's there, but it's not, obviously. So you guys get the point though. There was actually a couple times where
some person was trying to break in through, and they whacked him with the ball bat, right? So it's like, yeah, you know. So anyhow, let's get back into the video. So yes, you guys can see that also goes off. You know, you just have to let it be, right? It's probably only one instance, right? And you don't really agree with it. And you make it known too if you want to, right? So since I was talking about that yesterday, I'll just make it known now. Obviously, you know, waiting. So wait until he's in there, right? And he does terrible things to her, right? Because again, men are stronger than women, right? And we saw that in that self-defense thing, right? So it's like, yeah, wait until he's in there, right? And then, you know, what's the difference between being in jail and not being able to use your hand, right? Only having one hand, right, to eat something in jail, right? Maybe that could have happened, right, during the physical fight. I don't think so. You know, unless you know that you can get a couple really good swings on them, you know, you don't usually get out a weapon because they can use it then on you, right? Your own weapon is used against you, right? So, unless you know that you can get a couple good swings and really get them down, right, with a baseball bat, well, you don't get out the baseball bat until then. So it's like, yeah, you know, what do we do? Wait until he gets inside, right? It's like, no, he can live with that for a long time. Just how he would have been living with it for a long time, and he would have been living with a different kind of hellish life if he went busted in there and did something to her, right? So how about she does it, pay him an astronomical amount? It was like 80,000, right? It's like, how about we don't do that, okay? Let's stop being really rude and nasty towards women, right? Because that is what that is, right? Because you're basically saying, well, I understand, right, but you gotta wait until something happens. Right, sure, that's the definition of prevention, I forgot, right? So, just complete nonsense. But anyhow, guys, so like I said, once that gets here, we will officially do the try-on of it. So, very happy and excited to try it on with you guys. So, anyhow, just want to come on, share all that, and then we'll officially keep right on and rolling here with today.
Sit in the sun and sip tequila all day. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. That is what we are doing very, very, very soon, obviously, and I'm so happy and excited for it. I did want to come on and share, obviously, last night, so I did almost get to all of the video, right? And of the hot and cold, right? So it's absolutely insane that the energy from your sweat is like 300. I forget the exact measurement that they called it, but it was like 300. Even that has energy, but again, that was actually in one of the like atheist kind of debates, right? So speaking of that, they had actually said that everything in the universe emits some type of energy, right? Um, which was really, really cool actually to learn all of that. Um, and also that when the humidity is lower, um, it makes sweat less effective, because the water, like the way it like evaporates quickly. It was definitely very cool to learn about. Um, but the stages obviously happen much sooner, right? So that was wild. And then obviously though the cold is, I did actually know about the cold. You know, the people have like a sense of becoming warm, right? When they take off their clothes. But that happens after the cognitive decrease. But it was cool that they shared, you know, -10 in body temperature, right, is less catastrophic than +10 in body temperature. So that was cool. And then also the regulation that our body does all the time to keep the heat in and keep us at a decent level. That was also really, really cool to learn that. So, yeah, it's definitely wild, actually, um, the wind chill, um, and, the way that, you know, the clothing doesn't really do much after so cold, right? And obviously shattering your teeth, right? But yeah, like I said, um, your body does kind of like slow down, but your cognitive, functioning is still there. But now with the heat, right, you have hallucinations and stuff. It was definitely crazy, actually. All the different ins and outs of that, and all the cool things that I learned. So anyhow, I wanted to come on and share those. And then obviously Mr. Ballin was pretty fun today. He also goes off, also, right, with the energy, right, his second story, where she believed, right, 4 in China means for death, or it sounds like for death. So they believed that her spirit left, or her spirit stayed in the first hotel, but her body, right, went into that second hotel. And he never learned from his manager about that until the very end, right? And then his first story, right? So we're on a religion kick, because his first story then was similar to what he had shared before, right? With people coming back, right? And oh, that's me, right? So it's like, if this is true, right? This is the best documented case, if reincarnation is true, right? So that was crazy. Yeah, it's just been such an insane Saturday, because, like I said, he was talking about that. And then the video, but they didn't actually have like paper documentation of, okay, so she died 4 years ago, and it was dated 4 years before the initial time that woman came up. So it's like, wait, so she came back from the dead 4 years later, right? And the handwriting matched, right? They didn't actually show both of those though. But like I said, it's it's harder to give evidence, right, for that case back then, right? But now, obviously, with that other standard that I shared, right, it's like, well, how do we know that, your kid didn't somehow learn it and see it, right? So let's contact your ISP, right? And let's figure out any other way that you could have actually searched information about it without it being your own ISP, right? So it's like, yeah, let's really go into it to really make sure, right? So if that you're just not saying this, right? Because they actually never had videos of him saying that either. But like I said, we don't need to get into the religion kick, but obviously, I did see the ending of the wild animals, which was really cool. Why apex predators don't attack each other. But I'm surprised they didn't reference the case in Africa, right, where the orcas were killing the great whites for their liver, right? So I'm surprised they didn't reference that. But it was really cool to learn, and I actually never thought about it until I saw it. But they share the different hunting at the same time, right? So, like for example, the cheetahs, right, hunt in the heat of day when the lions are chilling out, right? So they can all share the same ecosystem, just hunt at different times, right? So that was really cool, actually, to see. And also, they know their own, it's like a mutual agreement, right? So the lion, right, not all the time though, right? But they'll be okay drinking from the croc's water, right? So that was really, really cool to learn all of those. And obviously humans do that too, which then they talked about evolution. Wow, what an insane... So many religions, I guess you could call this. So many religions, right? Or such a crazy way for so many religions to come up, right? Because they were literally just talking about that. And obviously not all cases are the same. Like protecting the cubs. And sometimes they'll just run up to you to see if you're gonna run or not, right? So... This is definitely really, really cool, actually, to learn all of this really good information last night and then obviously this morning. So, yeah, anyhow, I'll officially go ahead and get going. I was going to talk about it, right? But obviously my package hasn't came, so I was going to do it standing up with you guys. But my package didn't come, so not yet, though. So, I had about 15 minutes, so I had to get around my chili, right? So I just decided to go ahead and do it now. So it's definitely been a good like Saturday, reset, right? Especially since on Thursday, right? I was going all out with my photo shoots, right? And I never got to any of the other rainy day activities, right? So make up for it or such a good makeup Saturday as well. Such a good makeup with so many religions. There we go. So that's cool. The way that they all intertwine there, and save it for a rainy day, Saturday, or should have saved it for a rainy day, or so didn't get to it on a rainy day. Right? There's lots of cool titles into today's video, but you'll probably find a way to twist those three topics in with each other. But yeah, like I said, guys, it's very, very good. Very happy and excited for day 46. Oh my god. I'm very happy and excited. So, anyhow, let me now officially try to refresh that page. Hopefully my teal bikini came, and then we can officially go ahead and work on some chili. So here we go. Alright guys, so we're actually going to go ahead and do my chili now, actually, because I did just look and see that Michaela hasn't posted, and obviously, sometimes she can be a little bit harder to read, and she says, like, she's tired out of all the sudden, which can be a sign of depression, and then she, talks about, I have to force myself to be productive, so it's definitely a little bit strange, but definitely hope she's doing well, and she's talking her way through any issues, right? So, with people that she knows and trusts. So, yeah, so I'm not going to watch any of her videos, and now I'm down to about 9 minutes till I got to get my, stuff around. So, we'll just go ahead and start browning my hamburger now, and then we'll get the chili around. So, this will be really, really cool because, again, I'm doing it. I did it back in 2025, last year. Now I'm doing it again this year, right? In the start, right? Back in March, right? Now I'm doing it now. Oh my god, guys. Alright, let's get on out there. Here we go.
And they showed some of them, and my God, they look good.
I know, Momo. I know. There we go, guys. We're gonna watch this all brown, and then once this browns, we'll start adding in all my ingredients. So, probably walk around for another 2 minutes while this cooks. Really make sure I stay up to date with all my steps. Turn on this handy dandy fan too. Ready? The power's down to 1. I'm gonna have to charge it probably after this. Can you get everything? Yeah. This might be a thumbnail. We can call that slant thumbnail. Yeah, guys, a slant thumbnail. That's awesome. Yeah, slant thumbnail Saturday. So, anyhow, let me flip the rest of this. Be careful. I need that upside down. There we go. And I need this. Also, come on, get upside down. There you go. Alright guys, here we go. Grease is drained out, obviously, and then I went ahead and I did the kidney beans, and because you don't want to do, what would we call it, just a veggie, right? Like a smoothie, right, is fruits, right, all blended together. So what would a veggie, right? But it's not actually veggie because there's meat in there too, right? So you just, how about soup, right? You don't want veggie beef soup, not stew. But you could have stew if you wanted to. Obviously, you just have to cook it a little bit longer and more progressed, right? Like a crock pot, right? So, yes, obviously, yeah, like I said, that's that. So I'll officially go ahead and check my updated thing again. It still didn't say it came, but I might just check the mailbox to see. Sometimes, obviously, again, it's been a couple days, right, where they say it's going to be here, but then it's not actually here, right? Yeah, we've had that happen a couple times, right? So, I'll officially probably just go check the mail myself once this officially comes to a good cooking spot. So, I'll also stir that in. I'm glad to do it this way. You know, I probably can go check the mail too, because Graham's in here, right? And I have it just on a 3, which is basically a simmer. But, no, we'll just wait, you know. Mail can wait, a package can wait, right? Just like they say with no texting and driving, it can wait, right? Yes. Now, obviously, yes, I do, obviously, sometimes not go hands-free. But I obviously focus on the road, right? So, like when I was in Florida, right? I flipped it, I held it out the back door, and I just started snap, 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 snap. That's what I did. So, some people though, they're insane, right? With the way that you see them, right? Like they're behind you in the traffic light, right? And then you go, and it's like, you know, that's pretty bad, because that must be a very bad, or a very good length of time that you've done that habit. And so, yeah. Anyhow, guys, like I said, officially wait for this to go ahead and get going, and then yeah, we'll officially go ahead and get on the bikini once it comes. So, anyhow, I'll talk to you guys soon. Here we go, guys. 10:01. Starting to cook. It's dancing, huh? You could say it's dancing. So I just also realized, and so I only have 34 minutes, right? Which means I need to do what I used to do, right? Or what I failed to do. I don't know why, but I need to go back through. I need to clear all of my films, right, from yesterday, and just start there, right? And then later on tonight when I come home, or before I leave, I can clear the rest of them. But anyhow, it's dancing, guys. It's dancing, which means here in probably about 10 minutes, I'll take it off, make sure, you know, and test it too. So you don't want to get it too hot that you can't test it, right? So, because then you're cooking it longer and getting it so hot, and then you have a very long time to cool down, right? So, yep, it's dancing, guys. Or here, the dance. Well, nah, just nothing. Okay, guys, that'll be good for a thumbnail. The dance and the slant. How about that? And some people slant, right, when they dance. So, anyhow, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, let's do my first test. Perfect on the seasoning. I just need to get it a little bit warmer yet. So think of like bread, right? After you have bread down, right? In the toaster, right? Now imagine that, and then a minute at the most, right? That amount of cooling. That's about where it is right there. That's also another thing, like I said before, with skunk, I could say it smells like skunk in here, you guys don't know, right? So, heat is the same, so I have to give that example. It's pretty much where it is. So, anyhow, guys, let's officially keep on rolling here. I'll give it another 5 minutes, probably. I'll be back on with you guys. Is that it down there? No, that's just a small one.
That's just that.
See, because you organized this a while back, remember? You know where it is. Come on, scooch along, scooch along.
Because I don't care if this one is.
Oh.
See, we're trying to find the lid for this, guys, because this is the perfect depth, you know? Goes right down just right. That's the nice one. It's also really good for, like, strawberries, right? Because you can fit literally the whole box. Let me show you guys. So right there. So obviously that strawberries, you can fit the whole thing in, right? So anyhow, you don't have to have all those containers, just one.
Use this.
Yeah, I'll use that one. So I'll get it off, I'll dip my dish out, and then once it cools down, we'll put it in there.
Yeah, but wait.
Alright guys, so this is where I include a little snippet, obviously audio recording. So as you guys can officially see, I was going to go ahead and have my smoothie, because I still have that second one, but we need to do the zoo animals too, right? So, and obviously get out the animal crackers, and that'll be the biggest difference. So anyhow, so obviously now finishing up some pumpkin snaps, and then I'm going to have the strawberries and blueberries. Then it'll be 11 o'clock, and I really got to go. So I'll officially go ahead and get dressed then, and check the mail on the way out, and get it, if it's been here. And then definitely tonight we'll have a second super video. So, like I said earlier this year, the difference between, was it super and slow or something like that? Yeah, so obviously, you know, we're taking it super, right, mindset, but kind of slower too, right? And I shared that here this August, right? So anyhow, I'll officially go ahead and get this video up and produced, and then I'll talk to everyone later tonight. If the bikini came, it'll be a full-on video trying it on. If it didn't, it'll just be a short saying bummer, 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 right? So anyhow, I'll talk to you guys